How the heck are you doing that without any glasses on?
Well, it's a challenge.
Do you not have problems with presbyopia, or?
Hmm?
I said, don't you have problems with presbyopia, or?
No, I'm a Methodist.
I see.
As award-winning outdoors editor for the Kansas City Star for the past 30 years, Brent Frazee is usually on the pen and camera side of good fishing. He tells others stories of the big ones that didn't get away. But what most readers don't know is Brent is an expert angler in his own right, fishing nearly every day that time permits. And I recently learned one of his favorite fall fishing secrets: night fishing for crappies under lights.
The great thing about this kind of fishing is usually when you're crappie fishing, you're fishing right in the brush and stuff, and you're going to lose a lot of jigs. Not here. There's no brush around. The structure itself is the light. The light is attracting wandering fish. You'll see how it sets up, how the food chain sets up. I mean, it sets up with the plankton first, then the little tiny minnows, then right below the plankton and the tiny minnows is the bluegills, then the next layer is the crappies, next layer is the catfish, and sometimes walleyes and sometimes trout. This water right here is 40 feet deep. This is 40 feet deep right down here. I'm fishing 20 feet down. We sit like ma and pop kettle on the dock and wait to get a tug.
After a late afternoon warm-up run for bass, Frazee set 3 halogen lights at a marina dock to set up a food chain in the clear water. By the time we got back from supper, the water under the lights was teeming with zooplankton, tiny food animals relished by minnows. And with the smorgasbord set, it was time to catch crappies. Using 4-pound test line on ultralight spinning gear, Frazee simply hooked a 2-inch minnow to a jig head and lowered it near the lights to a depth of 20 feet. Almost at once, the rod tip twitched and he hauled up a 9-inch crappie. Using lights to catch nighttime summer crappies isn't unusual, but fishing this way so late into fall is. Frazee routinely catches fish up to Halloween or even later, and guesses that anglers will quit due to cold evenings before the crappies will quit biting on this pattern. Bites are usually light, so sensitive gear is a must. Strikes are often detected only by watching for the line to go slack. That means a fish has taken the bait, and a soft upward rod sweep is all that's needed to set the hook. On this night, Frazee caught about 40 fish in several hours, enjoying the full moon and gentle fall breeze on a Kansas City suburban lake. No one else was around, leaving the solo veteran to enjoy his favorite sport with no distractions. Fish ran a little smaller in size than some nights, averaging about 9 to 10 inches. Some evenings he catches a bucket full of crappie slabs, 12 inches and longer. So now you know. Take it from this salty outdoor writer with plenty of stories of his own, and try fall crappie fishing under the lights. You'll fill your freezer while using an unusual and productive method to stretch your fishing time. Brent, thanks for the good reading and thanks for the good tips. I'm Mike Blair for Kansas Wildlife and Parks.